Hey, well, so good me and Nahal are the same height. No adjustment needed. Okay, decided. I'm going to start with Home for Wayward Spiders. Scotland and epigraph at the beginning. I do, I undo, I redo from Louise Bourgeois, the artist. When my mother tried to run, a child ran her down. He was my age, and I was torn in my affiliation of an age when loyalty to my mother was not a given but a gift. And so I suppose she appreciated it when I, cat-handed, called for him to go, his mother too, and I suppose it was in part because that boy had held me up against a wall 3 days prior and told me, Dyke, you'll never get a boy, but it's easier for her, and I, ragged nail still lodged, to think it was because I loved her. So that's the setup, this burn, slow, salting snails, absurd on a wire, drawn up taut like conducting cattle side to side, and everyone is tired of long-standing things. I am a poorly paced Peter Jackson film, and I am sorry. I'll try to give a rousing speech before the diagnosis. Came on the front line, something about the sun. Louise Bourgeois, midwife to the Medicis, did you so too, and did you think of spiders? Impossible bulbous mothers. I see you in my own cells. I clutch your bars. I am between your legs. I am a poet, fresh off the Deleuze. I am crouched between your legs and thinking, what a mess I'll make of this, and how they'll laugh. Who will run me down? Which child? Are they born yet? Are they named? When a man cracks out a guitar at a party in 2023, which song will he play? And which colour eyes will they roll? And I suppose it doesn't quite matter, because I am no patron to linear progression or colonial timekeeping, heteropatriarchal lineage, or my own pathologized mental potentiality, and no child of mine will ask me to run with them to school. But still, I am a paralleling machine, almost disappointed when I learned Robert De Niro, 20th century abstract expressionist, was just Robert De Niro's dad and not a party trick. So I wander, chronic, covered in cable ties, thinking I too will come in useful one day, honeyed with time and talking points. That's a blank page. That's unfortunate. Guess I'll come back to that poem later. Any notes? Maybe I'll come across it. Okay, this is called Under the Influences. To think that I still had my nipples pierced, or that I still had the bars, I am fairly certain you can't unpierce nipples, so good luck to the milk ducts, and good luck to you way up there on that rail replacement 7 bridges. How many? Bottle of hooch rolling down the deck, should have had a parrot on your shoulder, then you really could have kicked off and nobody would have blamed you in the slightest, my love. Everyone kept going on about the fucking squash. It was so fucking tender, and I wanted to reclaim the paper bag over my head with no eye holes and pull you inside. Touch your face all over, 15 kinds of baklava stuck to my fingers in flakes in the place where I used to burn my Christmas tree. Make it so you never, ever want to make out, then make us better, braver, like unkiss me here, pointing to where it hurts and cutting off my finger. We are at the festival, it's so nice to be at the festival. Good luck to you, good luck. Touch my face, good luck, you are my best friend forever, and good luck, and that bra you're wearing matches the wallpaper, and good luck forever, we are all slick and lit with good luck. Tune in next time, good luck. Hasn't appeared yet. What time? It's fine. All signs point to my having an opinion on accelerationism. Spider plant company of the Ottomans, still no toaster, no convinced you stole my dish mat out there on the ice, or left it damp and growing in the spaces between the billy bookcases, drying slower than slippage, like that groundhog dream, again, in case that wasn't clear, from the stuck on the first 3 beads of my rosary, stuck in the atmosphere, circling like her, or first conversations with her after she got 2 Milky Ways stuck in the Fratton vending machine, and I felt chaotic, tighten, shaking the tree for her, toasting over a free t-shirt from a Lord of the Rings themed drinking game, and my first tattoo and my tongue bit through on the shoulders of allies, living the same second over and over like an affectation or a love song. This dream, I suppose it was, I think you were there, Jackie, and this is yours, in earnest leaps and loops you didn't intend for swallowing or sticking up. Here, this spotlight on a horse coming apart at the seams, pantomime prop, that everyone too overcome to interact so it sneaks up on you, caviar nestled in a plastic cafeteria tray. Maybe it could have been me in that back end while the head won't stop going on about the People's Princess, Sugar Cubes, the next Assassin's Creed. But I am not doing justice to the banality of the situation, begging everyone on Waking and online to recognise just how absurd it is, and by extension shading inexplicably like armpits and legs smooth as a sphinx pat, but the rest, that's gross I guess. George H.W. Bush in the sphincter, bringing it out. We'll ferment, we'll use garlic paste from the squeezy tube, we'll practice pet shaming, we'll stop trying to be everything to everyone, so much easier than being only a little bit to someone, like deliberately failing music A-level or friend Tetris. Caught myself on your Adam's apple the night we broke up and I stayed round anyway because there was a storm and my £3 shoes had holes in. Told you your neck is spiky. Told you I'm tired and I wish I loved you. Told you Elvis did Brexit, conducting an appropriative orchestra, Pangea from a toilet-shaped crater on the moon, whether it's big, nor a cow, nor breathing, and we all have our own page in the Atlas Obscura, so fuck accelerationism, I guess. Aha! So I found another version of that poem printed in slightly smaller font. Nice. Okay, so got to the bit where I was like, what about Robert De Niro, right? Okay. And not a party trick, so I wonder, chronic, covered in cable ties, thinking I too will come in useful one day. Honey and time and talking points. I almost was an organist, groaning brontosaurus in the mist, like absolutely dying. But the focus of the Q&A section of the conference was whether or not my name was right and how nominal predetermined existence affects collective grief. Like a news item, Pluto explodes, never published because the lead could not be established without the clear distinction between not planet and, well, anyway. My point is, I guess my mother fell over when I was 8, and I'd never fallen over myself without her since. So every falling over is an imitation or an echo or heritage. And if I were to stop falling over, which is unlikely, there would be no profile, no breakfast show. Nobody would ask her, how do you feel about your daughter's defiant lack of falling over? She would not be positioned on a deck chair or profile in the golden hour. She would not grieve. I am not lost to some sinister corner of the internet. There would be no rising tide of children refusing to fall over, electing an ever upright leader. But I would know, and I deserve it more, and so does she, from what she's lost me to and how I will rejoin her. This guilt is not Catholic, but could be. And from what I've learned, my pledges are non-denominational, so... Okay, I think this should take up the rest of my time, actually, so I'm going to read the poem I wrote for Gyan's exhibition a few weeks ago in Suffolk, and yeah, to reiterate, it was really wonderful art, really wonderful to respond to. We all responded in different ways. This was my way, I guess. It's for my granddad, for really listening. Said yes, we'll help, yes, we'll watch as it slips through lights, blink, signal drops, said no, we're not letting you in, this is not for kids, this is for ginger beer, this is a larder door. You can have a choc ice, but then you have to make tiny tracks. Check in when the whistle blows, we're busy in here doing this and that, scoffing at the old car show, wondering how we'll be ruined, sorry how our fun will be ruined. We're not there yet. We're only waiting for the quivering doorknob. Still, I would go to the car show. So much I would go to the car show, just like that girl in that thing, but she never made it, and I would carry on collecting first day stamps. Instead, I'm late, I'm in London, or I know I'm in London, except it looks nothing like London. It's just that room in a middle-class person's house that the kids know not to go in, but you peek through the keyhole and the carpet's a little fluffier in there. No plinths though. And what's the point if there's no plinths? So I'm in London, just about, rolling down a carriage like a lost bottle, late and drenched in numbers. May, I don't know where the parts are now, or what's in the larder, or what to say to you, how to say it, but I'm recalibrating in record time on the replacement service for Luton. I guess we're here now and we're holding hands. There's a woman drooling on my lap, or my lap is wet, so I've been all the places I've been. Mind the woman on my lap, I've been all the places I've been. Mind the wet patch, I've been all the places I've been. Mind my temper, I will pop up onto the luggage rack just to watch. It's like we went to the toy shop, and I know how I felt flipping the little railway upside down. Nothing like it was a board game or me, Godzilla, consistently there and not there, and really all that is less about processes and more about the things doing the processing, but how to articulate that at 70 miles an hour, regardless of metaphor. It would be irresponsible to not return to the I-360 in August 2019 and do it all again. I suppose we are speeding peculiar across the calendar, no routes and ready pit stops, wondering whose clumsy lettering on cardboard, whose legs half visible from the outside, whose observations on a notepad, whose changes not made, underfoot like knives or rockets, skittering across the earth, hissing, language is a virus in a particularly infectious way, so now we all think it. 3. Counting instances of my friends going places to get to sleep, light with it, lit with it, Rhiannon on train in the middle of the night, Rhiannon on plane on her birthday, Rhiannon on skateboard at an all-girls skateboarding event, Rhiannon sending me pictures from the zoo. My thumb is perpetually over the lens and I am murky, I'm loving, I'm a request stop, the slowing down excites me. So I'll tweet about it later, but for now it will be enough to sit on a bench wrong with you. Draw up plans in old lipstick to make homogeneity history or make a playlist for a day not like this one. When I went to a travel museum in Swindon for an entirely different reason, who turned out to be awful too. Tinily enunciated on the kitchen floor, wheel of brie, wall of glass, opposite wall of glass. But I wish I'd seen the steam engines instead. Instead, here comes the swalletariat making gains in the gym while showing me the time when I didn't ask. But yes, you have a very nice wrist, so that will be useful come the revolution, perhaps. But talking with you always felt like writing a poem for my therapist. Something I don't think I'm supposed to do, but often come close to. Something klein blue, something caviar, this light luggage, a perfect replica. Everything exactly the same except the padlock is different. It's a look, I guess, like 4 a.m. in that convenience store, the one that's been open non-stop since the 90s, feels childlike in the Monster Munching Ale, Bargies, a bottle of Yazoo. I am back making potions, melting a pile of dime bars, chatting with the Uber driver, and back in that larder. You're there too, making tiny tracks. 4. It will be a year, this one, just like the last, but more so. And I'll see you at the end of it, perhaps. Well, either way, I'll see you at the end of it. All of us laden with ginger beer, the Cheshire Caves, the difference between stalagmite and stalactite, a room full of rhymes to help us remember everything, except everything I don't want to tell you, which is so much muttered around the table and guiltily, but you don't need to know that, or if you do, I'll tell you at the old car show. So see you there, and happy birthday for whenever that is, you old Scorpio, you. I am covered in bus stops, friends like capybaras basking in debt and debt and debt, but contactless. I miss you. Carry on with what you were saying. I'm really listening now. Thank you.